went to see a friend yesterday. These motherfuckers were parked outside my friend's house, basically brighting the window. And when I went to the window, they'd drive off. That's one of their newest tactics, and it happened twice. Alright? First, it was a woman in a green shirt. This is in Sheffield. Woman in a green shirt, and then a man in another car, which was parked up, facing away, just parked up outside my friend's. So these motherfuckers are playing games. And last night, because I don't actually, I won't say, but I was coming back from my friends, and man, they were targeting me really heavy from there and back. I think they got some tracker in my bike, because it's like they know exactly where I am. Because, they're basically having people coming out of driveways when I was cycling. They were constantly coming out of driveways, even trying, it's like they knew exactly where it was, so they could time it to cause an accident. I'm coming through Chesterfield, and this motherfucker coming up an alleyway. No way I could see the guy. Then the exact moment I get to the edge of the alleyway, this motherfucker comes out, jumps out in front of me, and I had to slam the brakes on. And then the motherfucker starts mouthing off at me. I'm like, shut your fucking mouth, cunt. You know what I mean? And then he just walks off. I'm like, I couldn't see you. You just walked in front of me. But they're trying to cause a confrontation. On the way back, some weirdo says something I couldn't decipher, couldn't hear it. On the way back, I'm just laughing at these fuckers. They're bringing the one headlights a lot, so I'm gonna have to get a camera for my bike. So we'll get onto that real soon, because I lost the camera I had. I used to have a camera on my bike and I lost it. I'm gonna have to get a new one. They've been using the one headlight cars a lot. What else have they been doing? Oh yeah, on the way back they were brighting me. I had to ride through some areas where there weren't any street lights, and they weren't dimming the lights. They're brighting me as they drove past. Very aggressive driving past me very fast, honking at me, and then basically as police set up again. Car starts honking at me as it goes past me, starts honking at me like me, and then I think it was a different car. It didn't look the same, but another car parked up. The guy's looking at his phone. I guess they wanted me to attack him, because then a police car came down like a minute or two later, comes down. This is in Chesterfield as well. Most of the harassment was in Chesterfield, not Sheffield. There's some in Sheffield, but because I went to Sheffield on the bike, fuck it, I'll say. They know anyway, so. But, the harassment in Chesterfield was ridiculous. Like, they were proper harassing me there. It's like, so they really got in for me there. Derbyshire police really fucking hate me. Like, the harassment in Chesterfield is worse than Sheffield. It's worse, you know what I mean? The gang stalking is worse. There's still stuff going on in Sheffield, but it was more aggressive in Chesterfield. Like, a guy on the street, like, as a psychopath, he spits. Like, he was waiting for me, so I spit as well. You know what I mean? And then he don't say nothing. So I just keep going on. I'm not gonna give them the chance to catch me on the bike. You know what I mean? But, well, even if I wasn't on the bike, I just spit, and if they react, then I'll react. But if they don't react, then fuck them. You know what I mean? Because they didn't react. They're fucking idiots, man. But it's like they're playing all kinds of games. Honking. What else did they do? I'm sure there's something else they did. I'm trying to remember now. I'm sure there's something else they fucking did. But they they had a one headlight car just come directly. When they get that blatant, I stick my middle finger right in the face. This woman in a car, I'm crossing a junction and one headlight just pulls up right next to me, so I'm just like stick my middle finger up in her face. Of course you don't say anything, you know, because they know what's up. But yeah, heavy harassment all the way there and back. Lots of weirdos in cars looking at the phones. The revving now. You know, looking at the phones like they're tracking me. You know what I mean? Fuck you. You see what these dickheads do, you see. As soon as I start making a video. Also, this morning, police sirens pretty much woke me up. Different sirens to the ambulance, but, you know, they've been doing that again, playing sirens as I wake up or to wake me up. And I'm just going to tell you what I think this is them, because I'll be honest, exactly what the dream I had. It was a paedophile related dream, right? It had a paedophilic theme, and then I woke up and then I hear police sirens. So I believe this is them putting these thoughts in my head, because I don't dream this type of shit. And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing like, I'm not going to say what I saw in the dream, but I'm seeing that. And then they play, because the sirens is a trigger, right? It's to try and anchor that thought. So I think they're trying to turn me into a paedophile or something. I mean, they've been trying that for a while. They've been getting, they were getting young kids to dress in like slinky, sexy clothes around me. Like, it's crazy, man. They've been doing that shit. We're doing that shit for a while. And then all of a sudden, like, these girls would be smiling at me, like these young girls smiling at me in like a seductive smile. It's just fucked up. Like, it's crazy, man. But I had a dream about, let's just say, some very, very inappropriate sexual shit to do with children. And then I woke up to police sirens. Alright. So I know this is them implanting these images in my head, because I don't dream that shit. Alright. This is the first time I've dreamed shit like that. I've had all kinds of weird dreams thanks to these people, even dreams about killing my family. So this is the kind of shit these people are doing. These people aren't protecting nobody. These people are terrorists. They're using advanced technology like the microwave auditory effect technology, the synthesized telepathy, putting images in people's heads, thoughts in people's heads, with the microwave frequency mind control technology, or the silent sound, which is infrasound, which how it works is you don't hear it, but your subconscious does, and then deciphers it. So your conscious doesn't decipher it, your subconscious does. So this is what they've been doing. Brighting me, again, the airborne harassment. My phone was dead, couldn't film it, but they just flew a plane over my house really low. Propeller plane, Cessna thing, really low over my house. But yeah, waking up to sirens after a disturbing dream. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Literally, this was about, I think, 7 or 8 o'clock. I woke up. I was up for about, when you're in that kind of half awake state, and then I fell asleep again. I woke up about 9:50. I got back late, so I kind of had a line. But I know that's to let me know that that's them. They're putting these thoughts in my head. Alright, these aren't my thoughts. These are not my thoughts, because I don't think that kind of shit. You know what I mean? I can't remember the exact dream, but I do know it was about, paedophilia related stuff. That's what the dream was about. Alright, out of the blue. Because that's how you know it's them. When you dream about something out of the blue, when you've not been thinking about anything like that, that's when you know that that's them implanting these thoughts or dreams in your mind as you sleep with the technology. So, that's what they've been doing. The directed energy seems to have subsided a bit. I'm still getting hit, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm getting more resistant to it, I don't know, because I banged my head. I think it's partly I was feeling it more because I banged my head a few weeks ago and it got bruised. It still is bruised a bit, but not as bad as it was. Like, it's still a bit sore to the touch, it swelled up and shit. And I know this wasn't the injury that's causing the headaches, because I didn't get headaches for about a week later. And then all of a sudden I was getting like terrible pulsing headaches. So I think the technology they were using was making my head injury worse. So I had to literally wear mylar in my hat, like the typical, the thing they try to take the piss out of us. But I'm going to get some head protection soon. But I had nothing to protect my head. And I'm a scientific kind of guy, and I know the mylar reflects the radio waves and microwaves. So, I basically improvised a protective hat. I think the reason they mock us for the tinfoil hat is because it works as well. But it worked. Put it this way, my headaches, when I was in agony, right, as soon as I put that thing on, after like 5 minutes, it would subside. Gradually subside. So it was stopping whatever they were hitting me in the head with. So, also, this is me. I'm going to mention this because this is pretty cool, but there's a phenomenon with street lights. People that are very powerful people in a spiritual sense, they can actually knock street lights out. So especially the seems to be mostly the high pressure sodium ones, which are like to tell the difference, the low pressure sodium ones, which you don't see much of anymore, the yellow, the ones when they start off red and then turn yellow, and they're very, very bright yellow light. The high pressure ones are smaller and more orange with a little bit of white in there. Those lights, when I get pissed off, I can knock those lights off. Like the light, I saw about 2 or 3 lights shut off yesterday when I went under them. And when I get pissed off because they were pissing me off with the targeting a bit, the lights started going out. They started going out. And I saw that happen it happened in Tenerife. As soon as I got out of the bus, I wasn't in a bad mood, but as soon as I got out of the bus, a load of sodium lights went out, and everybody around were like looking at me, and they looked scared. You know what I mean? They looked scared because I think they knew it was me that took those lights out instinctively. But I took the lights out. It's not something you can control. It's just, my guess is if you're a certain person, you have a strong electromagnetic field that can knock the lights out, almost like a force field. You know what I mean? Also, I think my targeting is because, as well, they want to study me. They want to see, not for any benefit of people, but I think they want to study how to braid people like me. You know what I mean? Because they know I'm different to most people. I've got certain abilities, not X-Men abilities, but I've basically strong. I can sense danger. I can sense it. You know what I mean? I can feel things like that. I've got a very strong sixth sense. I've had dreams of things that have happened in the future as well, and they happened in front of me when, just as they did in the dream. So they know I'm different. They know I have certain qualities. So I think they want to study me as well, due to the fact of that. So I can also sometimes sense people's intentions, especially if they're hostile. I can feel it. You know what I mean? you can't hide hostile intentions from me very easily. I'm not saying it's 100%, but you know, like, I can sense it. You know what I mean? I can sense hostile intentions. So they know this. They know, of course they know, because the remote know I'm monitoring. So I guess they want to study me too. But yeah, it's like if you're similar to me, then you'll have a very strong electromagnetic field around you, or maybe some other type of energy we don't understand, but it affects lights. And it makes sense that it affects sodium lights because they work by basically having electricity flow through gas. Now, if your electromagnetic field is strong, it could probably disrupt that electric flow through the gas. You see what I'm saying? And I think sodium is a very good conductor. So, well, it must be obviously because it conducts the electricity through the vapor, sodium vapor. So my guess is something about the electromagnetic. It doesn't seem to do it to LEDs, although I have seen it do it to a couple of LEDs actually. I have seen a few LEDs go out when I go under them, but it's mostly low pressure sodium light. If you piss me off, or if I'm agitated, you will notice low pressure sodium lights going out around me. Not all of them, but especially if I'm in a car or bike riding, you'll see the lights go out. If I'm vexed, you know, you'll see it. So, and this is not bullshit. This is real. You know, I'm not bullshitting you or just telling you some shit that's not real. You know me. I don't talk about shit that's not real. Shit that's not real or can't be proven is bullshit to me. You know, I only deal with the facts. I only deal with things I've experienced in my own life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's paranormal or scientific, I deal with the facts of what I've seen. You know what I mean? Like if I tell you I've seen something, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like I think a lot of TIs have these kind of abilities, and I think they're scared of us. You know, they fear us, man. They fear us. They know shit. They know shit's real with us. They know they can't fuck with us. You know what I mean? I think they know as well. If they kill us, we're just gonna reincarnate as well. So it's like it's about destroying us inside more than outside with these people as well. It's just another theory of mine. I've got no backing for this, but I have a feeling this is somewhat correct. You know, if they kill us, it's more about controlling us than killing us. If you know, it's like, I think they know if they kill us, there'll be serious consequences. Because let me tell you, man, it's like when these people try to do me harm, bad shit starts to happen to these motherfuckers, man. I've seen it with my own eye. Bad shit starts to happen. Like, even the weather will get worse. I've noticed it. Like, there'll be storms. You know, the day that power cut happened, I'm not saying I did it, but the day that power cut happened, they were pissing me off. You know, the power cut in the summer, they were pissing me off a lot. And then there was a big thunderstorm, and then the power went out. So bad shit happens to these fuckers when they fuck with me. I'm sure it's the same for other TIs like this. Bad stuff starts happening. They know that, you know. So these are just things I've experienced. Literally, man, like, I believe some TIs even have, this is some deep shit as well, but I've been wanting to speak about this shit. I believe some TIs can even affect the weather. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I've noticed when I get pissed off, the wind will rise. The wind will rise up. Even sometimes it's like the wind follows me. So it's like people, we're more powerful than they'd let us know. You know what I mean? We can, not saying everyone, but if you're very spiritual and, you know, very empathic and powerful, you can affect your environment. You can damage these people without even laying a hand on them. I've seen it happen. I've seen it. You know what I mean? I've seen it happen. I think they know that. I think they've studied people like us, and they know what we can do. You know what I mean? They know what we can do. You know what I mean? They fear us, really. They really do fear us, I think. They know what time it is with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all about trying to control us and shit. It ain't gonna work, obviously, because even if they lock us up, man, it's not gonna make no difference. But it helps them if they do lock us up. But I honestly think if they lock me up or some shit like that, they're gonna have a bad time. Like, even if they kill me, man, they're gonna have bad time. I don't think killing people like me is gonna work. I don't think it would work. I think we'd reincarnate, or we'd, terrorize them without even being in the human body. You know what I mean? In the spirit, we'd be causing floods and all kind of shit like that. So I think they do genuinely fear people like us. You know what I mean? This is science too, so science. This is just science we don't understand, you know what I mean? I think the connection between human, the human mind and the soul to the environment is stronger than they try and let us know, you know what I mean? But these are just some thoughts and what they've been doing.